Well, we're live, ladies and gentlemen, audience of TopClass. We're very happy to have two brilliant students, Pablo and Sebas. Gentlemen, how are you today? How are you today, Pablo?
Excellent, teacher, and you?
Just fine, thanks. And how about you, Sebas? How are you doing today?
Great, teacher.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, we're all fine, thanks. We're going to present a very interesting topic. The topic is confidence. Why is confidence such an important topic? Let's begin with questions from Pablo. Pablo has developed some questions. And do you want to go ahead, Pablo, and present your questions? Okay, we are ready, and we are ready to present Pablo's questions. Okay, ready, Pablo.
Good morning. I'm gonna present my questions. Of course, that are we are going to talk about confidence, and I'm gonna present each one. The first one is, how do you feel when you know that other people trust you for your attitude?
Well, that's a great question. How would you respond to this question, Sebas?
Well, it's an interesting question because well some the people can trust you because he wants to know what can you do in your life, what are your capacities to do the things, and I think you do you do all the things um, trying to be the best.
Okay, very interesting. In my case, Pablo, I feel a big responsibility. If you trust me, if my family trusts me, if my friends trust me, if the teachers trust me, it is for me a great responsibility to deliver ethically, to deliver in a professional manner, to deliver in a good way, in the best way I can. It's not only a matter of doing it, but people trust you because they put their faith in you. So I simply feel obliged. I feel obliged to do the best I can and perform in accordance. Okay, that'd be the first question, Pablo.
Yeah, totally agree with you in both cases. Well, we are gonna continue with the second question. That is, what do you think are the principal characteristics that you need if you want to get the confidence of other people?
Is that a question for Sebas or for me?
Well, if you want, if both could like respond you, it could be better.
Okay, what do you think about that question, Sebas? That's a great question, by the way. What do you think?
Well, I think you need be a very intelligent person, be polite and not be uh, impolite impolite person. I think that.
Okay. In my case, Pablo, I believe that to get the confidence, to get the trust of other people, you need to be sincere, you need to be truthful, you need to say and walk the say, you walk the talk, you do what you say you're going to do. That way you gain people's trust, people's confidence. If I don't do it, I lose confidence immediately. It's like Peter and the wolf. I don't know if you remember the story, but it's the same thing. If you quit telling lies, people will
I
stop
remember.
trusting you. Yeah, so it's the same. As soon as you stop doing what you say, people stop trusting you. So I believe that's basically it, Pablo.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna continue with the next session. The next question for Sebas. Sebas, what are the situations that make you trust in other people?
Well, this is um, uh, well, it's a question that I think sometimes we think, um, um, but I don't know very well what type of situations. But I think it's in the situations that um, you need um, more of that person. You know what he can do, what is his abilities, and you want to you want that person do the things correctly.
Excellent, and we're gonna finish with the last question for the teacher. Teacher, what advice could give you to your friends that don't have enough confidence in themselves?
Well, I tell you something, Pablo, that is a great question. That is a great question because I believe most people at any time in their lives have lacked confidence, have said to themselves, oh, I cannot do this, oh, I cannot do that. Oh, well, if you limit yourself, imagine that you are a kid and somebody tells you, draw a chocolate. You have the potential of drawing the chocolate. You can draw a small chocolate or you can draw a big chocolate, right? Just put it. There is no limiting factors affecting your size of your chocolate. The same things in life, right? How big can you, how big do you want to be? How much do you want to have? How many friends do you want to have? How much health do you want to have? Well, you say, I want to have a lot of health. Just eat well, rest well, don't eat junk food. Everything is in your power to decide. So going back to your question, which is a great question, what advice do you give to your friends that don't have enough confidence in themselves? Confidence is like a key to open your success in life. If you become confident, that means that you make a commitment with yourself. You make a commitment, you say, I want to do this business, I want to start this bar or this family bar, I want to do this, or I want to finish my career. That's your ambition. Confidence is a commitment. You have the responsibility to continue, to persevere, and to not surrender under any obstacle. So that is basically my comment, Pablo.
Excellent, teacher. Well, with that answer, I finished my session of questions.
Thank you very much, Pablo. Let's go ahead with Sebas. Sebas, you have the words. Now you are in charge.
Yes, well, the first question is for you, teacher, and Pablo. How could you have more confidence in your life?
Well, as I was saying, to have more confidence, you need to be disciplined and do what you planned to do. First of all, I want to speak better German. Well, I need to listen to audios every day. I need to read German books. I need to watch videos. I need to be in constant contact, even get some German friends. So to become confident, I need to work towards my goal. So it's just a matter of being committed, having a responsibility, being responsible. Actually, being confident is connected to the word being responsible. I know that I want to do something or get something. Well, I just need to work every day towards that goal. For me, it's very simple, Sebas.
Okay, teacher, thank you. Pablo, the same question for you.
Yes, I agree in partial with the answer of the teacher, because I would like to add to the security. It's very important, the secure have security in what are you doing or in what are you saying, because normally talk too much about the or we don't talk too much about the topics that we would like. For example, I'm gonna put an example that it's very common in the classes, that normally you have the answer, but you are not sure, because you are scared of what are you going to say your classmates or something like that. And maybe you could be wrong, or maybe not, maybe you're going to have the correct answer. But that's my point, that you need to have security in what are you doing, in what are you saying, depend of the situation, of course. But if you have this point for your benefit, you are going to have too many open doors in too many places.
Okay, great answer, Pablo. The next questions is for Pablo. What happened if you are underconfident in your life?
This question is for whom, Sebas?
Pablo,
For Pablo. Okay.
yes.
Yeah, well, I think that maybe you are gonna have too many problems in too many aspects. For example, in your life or in your academic life, that could be the most affected if you have underconfidence, because you are not gonna feel sure about all the activities that you are doing. Because, for example, I don't know, in the team activities, maybe you are gonna you're not gonna put your idea in the work, because you feel scared, or you don't feel the enough confidence to say your ideas or something like that, because you're scared of what is it going to say the other person. I think that you're gonna have too many problems if you don't have confidence in yourself.
Okay, thank you, Pablo. Teacher, this question is for you. What is the difference about confidence and arrogance?
Well, Sebas, that is a great question. That is a great question. Sometimes the fine line is not visible, it's not totally visible. Arrogance gives you the risk of becoming careless. You say, I'm very good to drive. I can drive with one hand. I'm driving with one hand. I'm watching my cell phone at the same time because I'm a very good driver. I can drive my car with one hand and read my messages, my WhatsApp messages. That makes you become careless and you can suffer a fatal accident. So it's very dangerous to become extremely overconfident because then you become careless and that carelessness can lead you to disaster. I'm gonna show you slide, which I consider is important. If you take a look at this slide, there's like a threshold of overconfidence. So overconfident people become careless at a time, and as we were saying a while ago, that carelessness can lead you to accidents, tragedies, or even death. Whereas a confident person maintains himself or herself in the correct threshold, in the right region where he can perform with confidence, with certainty, but not being careless or overconfident. Sebas.
Okay, teacher. Thank you for your answer. And the last question is for you, teacher, and Pablo. The last question is, what if an underconfident person stays with an arrogant person?
What do you think, Pablo, that is going to happen here?
Well, it's going to the world is going to explode. Well, of course, that is a metaphoric way to say that it's going to be a contrasting of ideas, very constant, because it's a person that doesn't have enough confidence to say his points of view, and there is other person that thinks that everything that they made or every activity he does. I'm sorry, it's correct and it's gold. It's gonna be a contradictory points of view. Uh, Anything is going to be okay in that relation. Well, it's my point of view, of course.
Right. In my case,
Yes.
yes, yes.
No, you teacher. The same question for you.
Yeah, I consider that this leads to abusive behavior. Normally, the arrogant person will become the master, and the underconfident person will become the slave. And one person will be telling the other one, do this, do that, go over there, take out the trash, do this. He will be in charge with a normally abusive behavior, and the other person will be manipulated. It's very easy for the overconfident or arrogant people to be manipulative, whereas the other person can be very easily manipulated. Determine, is this okay? I don't know if this is good. Yes, 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 go do that. Okay, go take that, go steal that bank, go sell these drugs, go do wrong things. Whereas the arrogant person will normally abuse the underconfident person, and that is not fair, that is not okay. And eventually that lasts until the underconfident person gets enough confidence in himself and can do things by himself. That is my personal opinion, Sebas.
Yes, teacher. I agree with you. And I finished all my questions.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Well, I have some questions. Some of them are very similar to the ones that Pablo and Sebas have made. A person who is conceited, or a person who is presumptuous or is overly arrogant, can hamper, can damage his opportunities in life. How can that happen, Pablo? Why a person that is overly arrogant can damage the opportunities that present before him?
Yeah, sure. It's totally true the case because, for example, if you have an arrogant boss, but you know that your ideas are very good and it have to be considered. But the boss is very arrogant, and he thinks that now because he's the boss, he's okay. Everything that he's saying is okay. So of course that is gonna damage your opportunities. For example, in that case, your opportunities in the factory or something like that, depend of the situation. But of course that is going to damage, and it could apply that idea in too many situations.
Okay, very good. Great answer. Thank you very much. And now let's go to the opposite situation, Sebas. The underconfident person is not sure. He thinks that he cannot perform. So, what are the risks when you are underconfident? What can happen to your life if you think that you can't, when in reality, maybe physically you are talented enough, mentally you are talented enough, you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the physical strength, but you don't have security. What is the risk of that, Sebas?
Well, you are going to lose a lot of opportunities in your life of a excellent job, or do something that uh, can make that you be a very famous person can be, but if you are unconfident, you are going to lose that opportunities, and you are going to be uh, a very sad person because you don't have the confidence to do the things that you want, for your ideas.
Okay, very good. Now, Pablo, the next question is a bit complex in a way because I have seen it so often on TV, in schools, in the way society thinks. You see the Americans in a football match, in a soccer match against the Brazilians. They don't say, "Oh my God, we're gonna play against Brazil." No, they say, "No, we're gonna win. We're gonna make an effort. We can do it, etc., etc." So the society shapes the confidence of the people. Whereas I have also seen on TV the soccer matches. They say, "Okay, Mexico is gonna play against Guatemala. Very difficult game. What do you think?" What makes you think that it's a difficult game, right? I don't think it's difficult. So the TV, but I don't want to blame it on TV. I want to say society in general shapes your confidence. So the question is, how does formal education or society shape the way we feel about ourselves? How does formal education or society shape the way we feel about ourselves? What do you think about that?
Well, I think that I agree with that kind of thing, that you need that they feel a lot of confidence in themselves about they are going to win or something like that. And that's the characteristic that we have to keep, and we have to grow with that idea that we could do too many things that we could imagine, because it's possible. And of course, if you can do it in the future, there's no problem, you try it, and that's good too. uh, but I think that are the concept that we have to keep since we are kids, because if you have a lot of security in too many aspects of your life, you could apply it in others, and uh, you could add these people to your ideas that are very good, because you have a lot of security in what are you doing. And most people is going to grow with this idea that everything it could be possible, and of course if you fall, anything is going to happen because you try it.
Okay, it makes total sense. Thank you, Pablo. Okay, well, let me ask Sebas' question before. Why does it seem as though confident people can get anything they want? A person with a lot of confidence says, "I'm gonna buy that car," and they buy it. "I'm gonna build a house," they build it. "I'm gonna get this job," and they get it. "I'm gonna do this," and they do it. Why does that happen, Sebas? It looks very constant, very common. It's very frequent that you see people with a lot of confidence. That you go to a dance and they say, "Hey, I'm gonna get that girl. I'm gonna go dance with that lady over there." They stand up, they approach, they get, and they do it. Why does that happen, Sebas? I have seen that over and over. Why does that happen?
Well, you say the answer because they are very confident. They know what they want, and he do it. He they are very focused in do that. He say, "I want this, but I am going to do all the things that I need to do to in this example, buy a car." And he works very hard to have that car. That is the reason they are very confident. He are he are um very sure that all the things that they want.
Very good, thank you very much. Now, a last question, Pablo. How does a confident person look? When you see a person, how can you tell from his body language or from his language, from his expressions that he is confident? How can you tell that person is confident?
Well, I think that it's a person that is happy and it's serious at the same time, I think, because that is going to project you security, and it's going to project you. Let me remember the other word. That is seriousness. That is going to project you his his image, his that feelings is going to project you. And I think that it has to be the combination um, of that feelings, the happiness and the seriousness. And if you see that in a person, you have to accept all the ideas and try to make it.
Great. Okay. Well, fabulous responses. Guys, I want to thank you for your very interesting, acute, and bright answers. So let's finish here our transmission and then we'll go back to our normal activities. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, teacher.